Hey, I'm Ulf at HoboRec. Today I'm gonna show you a way that I guarantee will make your mixes sound a lot better. First off though, we're gonna go through the contest that I've been running through the last 4 weeks. The giveaway of a DIY recording equipment color palette with 3 color modules coming along with it. A free DIY kit for 1 happy winner. And now we're gonna have a look at who the winner is. Okay, so let's find out who the winner is. Winners. 1 prize left. Draw winners. Winner, that is. I'm a bit nervous. Draw winners. Winners draw. We only have 1 winner, so let's do this. Draw. We have Joel William from Australia. Congratulations! I'm gonna send you an email and I'm gonna set you up with DIY recording equipment and they will send you the kit. That's awesome. You're gonna get the stuff sent to you from DIY recording equipment. I hope we'll set this up as soon as possible. And also, if you would like to see more stuff like this, please let me know in the comments and hit the like button. If you don't want more free giveaways, just hit the dislike button and also tell me in the comment section. Now we're gonna talk about how to make your mixes sound a ton better. Yes, I admit it's a bit clickbaity and it's not any fancy or juicy tricks with any gear or anything like that. It's basically just cleaning up your projects and organize everything. And I have learned this very, very late in my career. I mean, I have kept my projects with open edits, with stuff everywhere. I haven't named the tracks properly. I just record everything and I like start mixing during the recording and I just leave everything open. After many years, I just felt that it's so frustrating. If you work on a project and it can take months before you get the final mix feedback and you're gonna go back to what you were working on a couple of months ago and it's just chaos and you can't like remember what anything is. It's a disaster. I kind of went through a revision of my working routines and I really started to get anal about this. So now I'm organizing everything. It actually started when I got my 24-track tape machine, when I wanted to transfer recordings to the tape machine and then mix from tape, because I had to bounce stuff together to fit on 24 tracks. And I felt that the mixes went so much easier to do and they sounded better. And at first I thought that, yeah, this must be the magic about the tape machine. Honestly, a part of it is, I mean, it makes something with the sound, but the biggest thing about it was that I had to organize down everything to 24 tracks. And when and if I took it back into my DAW, I had it just on 24 tracks from start to end. With no open edits or anything. Sometimes I record guitars with 3 or 4 mics. In this case, it means bouncing it down to 1 track. One rhythm guitar has 1 track, the other rhythm guitar has 1 track. And if you have a lot of tracks, you might have to consolidate the upper and lower snare mic, the inside and outside kick mic and stuff like that. I'm trying to do that more now because it's better to process those 2 mics together. In some cases, I leave them open because if it's a really dense mix, I'm going to show you the example I have here on an organized mix project where I have left the snare and kick mics open and separate because it's easier. When it's supposed to fit in a really, really dense mix, it's hard to know how you're going to mix them before you start to reach the end of it. I'm going to show you 2 projects here. The first one is an old project. We're just going to open it up and look through it. And if you recognize yourself in this, you better do something about it and kind of take the same steps as I did. Okay, here we have an old project and as you can see, it's not very organized at all. Everything is just gray and there's even a lot of tracks here that doesn't have any name, like audio 16, audio 4, audio 11. There's a lot of open edits here on the track audio 16. So just by looking at this, I have no idea what this is. So this really gives me a headache to look back at this now and trying to figure things out. Yeah, so don't do this. And the second project I'm going to show you is a more recently I've been working on. Here I have everything organized. I have a color scheme for all the instruments and I send them to subgroups. And I also put all those instruments in folder tracks so I can collapse them or bring them together if I don't want to see all the tracks at once. It can be really handy when you have a lot of tracks to work with. But another thing is to like bounce down the left and right overhead microphones to one stereo track, so you only have to use one plugin for EQ and compression or whatever you want to have on your overheads. And the same thing with room mics and stuff like that. So here I have the drums in one folder, bass in one folder, guitars in one folder, and vocals in one folder. So drums, overheads as one stereo track, as well as the room mics are as one stereo track. Kick mics are open, snare mics are open above and below the snare, and I have an extra trigger track for expanding the room a little bit. I hopefully will show you more of this project soon in a mix breakdown. Bass, I also left them open, one mic and one line. Keep the top end and distortion from the mic and clean low end from the line. Guitars were recorded with 2 mics each, but I bounced them down to 1, and I also have 2 room mics which are bounced down as a stereo track, and there's 3 guitars total, so left, right and middle. And some guitar noise down here, also bounced together as one stereo track. The vocals are a bit more, there are 4 vocalists and they recorded this on their own in the rehearsal space, I think. So there's one close mic, SM7, and then I have 2 room mics. I haven't done what I recommended you to do to bounce this together, because this arrived after I kind of organized everything with the background music. But I have, as you see, have a color scheme here for the close mics are light blue and room mics are purple, and all the vocal mics goes to this vocal track, and then all the tracks goes to one master group, which I like to have instead of having it on a master fader if I want to have some 2-bus compression on it, so I can keep my reference tracks down here and listen to them like in a fair way. You can kind of view it as you do mixing in 2 steps. You make your first pre-mix where you consolidate and mix down stuff to like reduce the amount of tracks you have to work with, and then you start to do the real mix. I hope you got something out of this, even though it wasn't any juicy tricks or big secrets or anything. It's just common sense, and for me it took a really long time to realize this. And if you're still struggling with this, I really recommend you working through a system. It can take some time to organize everything at first, but you will save that time later in the process when in the mixing and when you're gonna do updates from the mix feedback and stuff like that. So I hope I didn't make you too disappointed here with it just being this kind of boring common sense stuff, but it's really important. So I hope you got something out of it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. So see you again next week. Bye bye, cheers!